Most people think emotional control is about willpower, but it's actually biology. When someone insults you, your amygdala tries to hijack your brain in under a second. Miss this specific 3-second window, and you've already lost before you even open your mouth. In this video, I'm going to break down the exact neuroscience behind why you lose your cool, and give you a 3-part mental technique that rewires your brain's stress response permanently. Not just for today, for good. Stick around, because the third section is the one most people never figure out on their own. Here's something nobody tells you about the modern world. We are running ancient software on a world that has never moved faster. Chronic notifications, social media conflicts, open plan offices, passive-aggressive emails at 11 p.m. Every single one of these is a micro-stressor, and each one is shortening your fuse at a neurological level. Scientists call it an amygdala hijack. Your amygdala is the brain's alarm system. It was designed to protect you from predators, not your passive-aggressive coworker. But your brain doesn't know the difference. When it perceives a threat, a harsh word, a public criticism, a dismissive tone, it floods your system with adrenaline and cortisol in under 500 milliseconds. That's faster than you can consciously think. And here's the brutal truth. The first 500 milliseconds of any confrontation are the most dangerous moments for your reputation. Because whatever comes out of your mouth in that window is not a decision. It's a reflex. Think about the last time you snapped at someone and immediately regretted it. That wasn't weakness. That was your amygdala making a unilateral decision, and your rational mind showing up 3 seconds too late. But here's what changes everything. The moment you react to a provocation, you hand your power to the person who provoked you. You become predictable, controllable, manageable, and they know it, even if they don't know the science. So what happens in the brain when you pause instead of react? When you force a deliberate 3-second delay, you give your prefrontal cortex, the brain's rational command center, enough time to come online. It quite literally intercepts the signal from your amygdala and reroutes it. You shift from the emotional hindbrain, reactive, binary, fight or flight, to the analytical frontal lobe. From animal to architect in 3 seconds. And what neuroscience in 2026 makes increasingly clear is this. Every time you choose to pause, you're literally rewiring your brain. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new neural pathways, means that consistent pausing doesn't just help in the moment. Over weeks and months, it physically restructures your stress response. The amygdala's reaction becomes quieter. Your default state shifts toward calm. You're not just managing emotions anymore. You're rebuilding the architecture of how you respond to the world. Now, and this is critical, the 3-second pause is not passive waiting. It is not just counting to 3 in your head while you smile awkwardly. It is an active cognitive intervention. In those 3 seconds, you're making a choice to halt the adrenaline surge. You're switching drivers. You are deciding who is in charge of your response, your instincts or your intelligence. This is the part one promised you. And it sounds simple, almost too simple, but the science behind it is solid. The moment someone says something hostile, imagine a pane of glass rising between you and them. Floor to ceiling. Invisible. Soundproof. You can see them perfectly. You can hear their words. But those words are hitting glass, not you. This technique works because it physically changes your relationship to the incoming information. Instead of receiving their words as an attack, you receive them as data. You're no longer a participant in their aggression. You're an observer of it. And the moment you become an observer, your emotional temperature drops and your analytical mind rises. In those 3 seconds behind the glass, you can ask yourself the most powerful question in any confrontation. Why is this person acting this way? Because here's something most emotionally reactive people never get to see. Hostility almost always reveals the aggressor, not the target. Someone who attacks you publicly is usually afraid, threatened, insecure. They need you to react so they can feel powerful. The moment you don't, the glass goes up, the pause happens, and you stay calm. You have decoded their behavior, and you respond from that understanding, not from wounded ego. Here's where everything flips. Most people walk into a conflict as a defensive victim, already behind, already reacting, already trying to protect themselves. The 3-second pause changes your entry point entirely. You enter as an objective observer. You have data, you have context, you have composure, and you get to choose your response. In social psychology, responses are classified as high status or low status, not by what you say, but by the state you're in when you say it. A low status response comes from the amygdala. Defensive, loud, emotional, scattered. It says you got to me. Even if the words are smart, the delivery gives everything away. A high status response comes from the prefrontal cortex. Measured, precise, occasionally even silent. It says you didn't move me, and that is what shakes people. Don't underestimate silence as a response. Silence, deliberate, calm, unhurried, acts as a psychological mirror. It reflects the aggressor's behavior back to them without you having to say a word. They expect a reaction. They plan for it. When it doesn't come, they're left alone with their own hostility, and most people cannot handle that for more than a few seconds. Here's how you turn this from a technique into a trait. Start small. Every day, find a low-stakes moment to practice the pause. Someone cuts you off in traffic. A colleague sends a clipped reply. A comment online irritates you. Practice the 3 seconds there, where the cost of failure is low, and your brain starts building the pathway for when the stakes are high. Map your triggers before they map you. Think about the environments where you're most reactive, your workplace, certain group chats, specific people in your life. Write them down. When you know a trigger is coming, you can preload the pause. You arrive at the interaction already composed, already behind the glass. That's not avoidance. That's preparation. And it's the difference between someone who reacts and someone who leads. Over time, and I mean weeks, not years, the 3-second pause stops being something you do and becomes something you are. People around you start to feel it. They sense that you're not easily rattled, that you choose your words, that there's weight behind your silence. That is emotional intelligence. That is leadership, and it starts with 3 seconds. Next time someone tries to pull you out of character, and they will, remember this. Your reaction is your reputation, and reputation is built in moments you never get back. 3 seconds. Glass up. Observe. Choose. That's the whole game. If this hit differently than most self-improvement content, it's because it's built on science, not motivation. Subscribe if you want more of this. Practical, researched, no fluff. And I'm curious, what's the situation in your life where you most need this technique right now? Drop it in the comments. I read every one.